Hello everyone, welcome to StraightA. Dawson here, back with another video here today, and we are continuing our fantasy football series here, where we're going to talk about my fantasy leagues that I'm in and how well we're doing in the status update with that, because we are coming up to the playoffs. Great, I'm just realizing my chair has caught my headset, so now I'm like finagling with it. All right, I think I just ran over my fucking headset again. Great, we're gonna keep this all in, but pretty good stuff here going on. We have 8 leagues. We're gonna showcase the results so far with all these leagues. One of these leagues will be ending the regular season this week, and we'll talk about that, as well as just kind of some other things. Once we get to the playoffs for some of these games, we'll look through the playoff teams and kind of go through some of the more, precise playoff type beats for all these teams. Either way, let's go into my first league. This is a league that I take the most seriously. It's the half PPR, my competitive league, milestone league, whatever. Money's on the line. I'm 10-2. The next best person's 8-4. I think there's a couple of them. Pretty good set of people here doing pretty damn good stuff, but Devon A. Chan, DeAndre Hopkins did pretty damn good for me. He had multiple players also do very well for him, 68.6 points, but 4 of his better players, or 3 of his better players, Rico, David, and Jared Goff. Ridley can bomb, and James Cook can bomb. Either way, they could both do pretty well. But with Jaden Daniels, Kyron Williams, Lab McConkey, Dawson Knox, Juwan Jennings, Alvin Kamara, and Texans basically special teams. Holy shit, if I can talk. I feel pretty good. Looking at my depth, I decided to go ahead and stash Braylon Allen. Breece Hall feels like one of those guys I kind of want to keep an eye on, because I know he recently just had some soreness, but I think they might actually just go ahead and say, you know what, rest up, dude. Adam Thielen, he can be a number 1 there. Jerry Jeudy, also very good. Blake Corum, obviously handcuffed to Kyron Williams. And once Dalton Kincaid's done, I'll probably grab another type of running back, backup running back that could be a lottery ticket. So Xavier Worthy also an option, but not very good there. Cedric Tillman doesn't look to be playing, so he'll probably put in Evan Ingram, boosting up his chances a little bit, about 15 points separation for the current projections. We'll see. I feel pretty good about this game, though, and playoffs start here in the next 3 weeks after this game, 2 more weeks after that, and we'll talk about the teams in it so far. Because I don't really want to break down every single team, every player's team, because I feel like it's a little, gets a little boring. But my chances, again, are pretty damn good. Looking at the league once again, this is my division, so I've clinched the playoffs easily. It's just really about number 1 seed at this point, and this division is going to kill itself. So I'm really hoping Pukaki doesn't make it, but these two are also decently good teams. Belt to Ass would love to make the playoffs. Ninjigbaz, I would love to make the playoffs because he'd be an easy pick for me to go in the first round to beat him. So we'll just see. A lot of cool stuff going on this week for this team. Going into King of the Cup, this is a standard league, 48-man, but it's broken up in 12-man segments. I have already been eliminated from the playoffs in this one. We'll take a look. This is the last week of the regular season for this division. Basically goes week 14 is divisional game. It depends on how you break it down. The 14th week is the semifinals of this division, or of this conference, or whatever, of this league. Then the week 15 is the championship of this league. Then it goes week 16 is basically the conference championship, essentially, against another league and their champion. And the 17th week is champion versus champion of the 4 total leagues. It's really confusing, but if I'm able to see some of those other leagues and showcase those teams that are going to be in the playoffs officially, I will actually kind of do something with that more. Either way, I'm not going to talk about this too much because I'm pretty much out, but this guy could have a really good week with Lamar and Derrick Henry, George Kittle. All of them could do very well against me. Actually, wait. Okay, I think we updated the page. We're good. Meanwhile, I have an okay team. They're fine. I really didn't, obviously I shouldn't have kept these guys in my flex. Should have moved them around. But I just, I don't really care that much. But I'm keeping in. I'm staying in to see how well I can end up being King of the Cup. Very good, though. Indeed. And we'll look at the playoff teams for this one next week. At least of our league. Then we have Chase the Dream. It's a super flex league that I auto-drafted in, half PPR. Very good chance to win this one. This one, we're still in the playoff hunt. As long as we win out, we have a good shot. As long as a couple other teams lose. So we're not completely out. It looks like we have a very favorable matchup this week. We only had a kicker and our tight end go, and he had multiple players go. Not very many points, considering we still got our 2 quarterbacks. He has 1 of his quarterbacks. I feel pretty all right about it, but there's still some chances that we don't do the results that we hope, with Jameis Winston not doing well, or Ramondre, something like that. Our bench is pretty good, but at the same time, He has also left some points on the bench there too. He doesn't really have many more explosive players, so we're going to hope for the best here. I feel pretty good about this. Again, we'll take a look at the playoffs teams here in a bit. Then we're taking a look at our Sigma Chi 10-man PPR league. I'm pretty much out, but this is just pride. This is like the worst guy in the league. I just can't lose to him. And weirdly enough, so we did this bracket style where top 4 teams and bottom 4 teams enter a bracket for the final playoffs, for the final 4 weeks or whatever. And the loser bracket does the losers challenge, and the winner of the winners bracket wins the league. But weirdly enough, I'm the only person locked into not being either bracket. I'm just like going to be 5th or 6th. I think I'm likely to be 5th. So I just missed the playoffs. So I'm just sitting here like, oh, okay, that sucks. But essentially, they're doing this league as in each game. So there's 2 games in the playoffs. The semifinals is the 14th and 15th week, so it's cumulative points. And the championship is 16-17. I like that, except for the fact there's a bye week in week 14. So it's unfortunate, but I don't have to worry about it. I'm just kind of chilling, I'm just chilling like a villain and hoping to kind of win some things here. Either way, got a good team. Had some good explosive from Brock Bowers and Tua. Lamar could go off. Jawan Jennings could go off. Terry McLaurin could go off. We'll see. I'm not all too worried again. Not too stressed about this league. And again, we'll take a look at the playoff teams in all its glory as well for this league. Finally, we're going to talk about 3 leagues that really do matter because they're all pretty much in the middle for me, either making the playoffs or not making the playoffs. But I have good shots in all of them, so we'll see. Swift Justice. This is the half PPR league, 10-man, I believe. 4 people make the playoffs. I'm currently in 6th. It is coming up fast. Also, forgot to mention this league. This is the final regular season game for this league as well. This league, again, very, very close matchup. Hopkins and Tyreek Hill did pretty good, but Rico Dowdle did me some serviceable work here. I have a decent lineup. Could be better, though. I'm kind of one of those players that's kind of hoping to get some, sneaky little picks in. This guy hasn't really been taking care of his team. I have a good depth. Hopefully, it pans out well for me. It's very, very close, within 2 points essentially of this. I feel pretty all right about it, but Lamar Jackson, Devontae Adams kind of scare me. Mark Andrews even, Denver defense against Cleveland. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, especially with my lineup being good floor, not very high ceiling. So this league, I'm the least confident in doing well this week. Moving on to air raid offense. It's another half PPR league, 12-man this time. I have a very good shot. I had he had very low performers with DeAndre Swift and Travis Kelce. Meanwhile, Bad Nombre basically took out DeAndre Swift as my kicker. So, feeling pretty damn good about that. I did leave Jacoby Myers on the bench, but overall, I feel pretty good. Chase, Metcalf, Lamar, Chuba, Travis Etienne, Mark Andrews. Travis Etienne is obviously the weakest point here for me. My 2 running backs being Travis Etienne and Chuba Hubbard. Not ideal, especially when Tank Bigsby is my only other guy, because I'm basically splitting carries with Travis Etienne at this point, so I can just rely on Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby in total. Audric Estime, I'm still hoping maybe pans out a little bit. This is a very top-heavy team. I don't have much depth, so we're going to hope it works out, especially making it to the playoffs. But 6 teams do make it to the playoffs in this league, so I am still to win out and do well. This is the league I'm probably doing the best in outside of my doggy style. It's a PPR 12-man team with 3 wide receivers. I love 3 wide receivers, by the way, because it's just so much better. It's just so much better. It is the way to play. Is a quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a flex, tight end, kicker, defense. Is a damn good way to play. Honestly, I'm debating on kickers and defense at this point, but even super flex, I'm starting to kind of fall in love with it. Either way, before I continue on that, Amon-Ra, DeAndre Hopkins, so important. Virtually none of his players really exploded. They all just did kind of okay or worse. So I feel pretty damn good because all my players still have a chance to go out there and actually wreck some shit. Breece Hall and Bucky Irving are my 2 guys. DeAndre Swift's already played, so I can't really sub him in. So I'd be forced to put in Jonathan Brooks for Breece Hall. If Breece Hall doesn't play, I think he plays, but we'll see. His floor is definitely pretty low. I have a pretty damn good shot at making it, especially Josh Allen, Devontae Adams, Breece Hall, Trey McBride, Terry McLaurin. I feel pretty good about this team getting me some wins here, especially against the worst team here. I'm in 2nd place. I think I'm solidified for a bye with 2nd place. I think it's 6-man, 2 buys, which I don't love, by the way. I never like saying, hey, by the way, you just don't, this week doesn't matter for you. I feel like fantasy football should be every week that matters to you. So, beside the point. Finally, the 16-man standard league. This is an atrocious league. A lot of things didn't go my way, number 1. Number 2, I just did not understand how these people were going to draft, so I just ended up with a very unfortunate team. Rashad White, Bijan, Jordan Addison, McConkey, Debo, Very unfortunate because Debo basically was a wasted pick, and I just wasn't able to recover since then with one whole pick. And of course, I had my quarterback, which panned out for a little bit. Sam Darnold did all right, but he had some really bad weeks as well. So it was very, very unfortunate. Trey Tucker actually did pan out, but didn't put him in my lineup this week. So very unfortunate. Doesn't look like I'm going to take the win here. But at this point, I am eliminated from the playoffs anyway. But I'm curious to see what the playoff teams look like going into each of these championships, because it's like, really breaking down who each of these teams have as they go in. We kind of reviewed them in the beginning about how their drafts went, but I'm not very, convinced that we really went in deep about all these teams. And maybe we go through one video recapping it all and just like say, all right, here's the teams, here's the bullet points for all of them. How did each team do? Does this make sense that they did good or did bad? I don't know. We'll maybe do something at the end for that, but we'll focus on the playoff teams here for now. Hope y'all did enjoy the video. I'll see y'all in the next one.